Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. Want to make your dreams come true? Our next guest says manifestation is not a buzzword, but instead your ticket to triumph. Here with more, we welcome the author of You Are a Blanking Success, Change Your Story, Manifest Your Dream Life, Noor Hibbert. Thanks so much for joining us. We did have to pixelate one word on the cover, but I think people get where we're going here, Noor.
Yes, you did well with that.
Well, okay, tell me about the neuroscience and what's going on in our brains when we set goals. There's so much happening.
Absolutely. When we start setting goals, we start to release dopamine. We start to think about the life that we want to have, and we start to feel happy in our body. And so manifestation, when we really start to break down the bones of what it's all about, is about having amazing goals and a vision, having an identity that matches that, and then taking action. And all of this is doing stuff to the neurocircuitry in our brain, which is really amazing.
That's so cool. So do you find sometimes to begin the process, people might be afraid to even dream that big or set lofty goals, because even letting your brain go there sometimes can be intimidating?
Absolutely. Our subconscious mind is there to keep us safe and in survival mode. And anything outside of our comfort zone is deemed as a threat to our mind. So the minute we start to think big, that part of our mind starts to say, but is this going to happen? This is silly. Let's just stay where we are. So we have this constant battle as humans between the desire and what is happening in our unconscious mind.
Yeah, it can feel really scary. Well, and that perfectly kind of goes into my next thought about this. I've seen some beautiful photos of your gorgeous family, but thinking about how manifestation and motherhood coexist, I think a lot of women, working moms, think, I've got too much going on at home. I can't get all this other stuff done. It's just too much.
We're manifesting 24/7, 365 days a year. It's not something that we actively have to try and do. We're doing it. But most of us are manifesting things that we don't desire. And so part of bringing that into motherhood is recognizing that there are simple things we can start to do. Just getting really clear on what we want, sitting down just by yourself and deciding that, by putting little action steps to be mindful of your energy and your thoughts daily. So we can start to really amalgamate this into our life. It doesn't have to feel like something impossible outside of motherhood, because I've got 4 children.
We're going to get it all done somehow, right? I mean, you're a great example of that. So tell me about using AI to help you in this process, like visualization. How can we tap into that technology?
Well, now what we can actually do is we can hack the way the subconscious mind works by creating vision boards that actually include us in it. We can create an AI twin of ourselves on relatively cheap software or for free and start to input that into our vision boards. Now we've got vision boards on steroids. Instead of just pretty pictures, we're actually in them. So our brain starts to operate differently because it's seeing it from a different lens.
That's a great point, and kind of making it a practical part of your everyday process. I mean, that must make your goals feel that much more achievable when you can just see them like that.
Absolutely. And it trains our mind to believe it's possible. And that's the first part. If we don't believe it's possible, our mind starts to shut it down. So the more that we can hack our mind to believe it's possible, the more effective our manifestation practices are.
Are there certain things that you have as goals right now or that you're manifesting this season in life?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I can't tell you those.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm manifesting more than ever that over the next year in 2026, more people than ever are really starting to understand this process and understand how they can incorporate it in their life, because I truly believe that this can change people's lives, and it has changed mine and thousands of my clients across the world.
Could you give us a really super simple, basic step-by-step of how to get started if there's something that you're wanting to manifest in your life?
Absolutely. So start off with a list of the things that you don't want in your life, because if you have a list of what you don't want, you can then write next to it the opposite of that. And this starts us to think about desire. Desire is a key point. Next, I want you to think about what beliefs have you got that are contradicting that desire. So if you want to make money, you might think, I'm not good enough, or it's not possible. So start to write those down and become aware of the conflicting beliefs. And then what you want to do is start to create an action plan of how we can start taking the goal that we have and putting it into reality, and tapping into our intuition. Part of that is listening to our gut on what comes up for us and what shows up in our life. But vision, identity, and action, those are the 3 steps.
We can do it. Well, and you share so much great stuff on your podcast as well. It must be so fun to connect with people that way and get to kind of hear the feedback from people as well.
Absolutely. I've been so blessed. I have worked with thousands and thousands of people across 30 countries. And I think even to this day, I never get bored of someone saying this has changed their life, which is why it's so important for me to get this in the hands of more people across the world.
I was going to say, I bet you hear the most incredible stories, and it must be so rewarding. Even to know that you've affected one person's life is so huge.
It's the best feeling in the world, honestly, the best feeling in the world.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing some of it with us today.
You are so welcome. Thank you for having
Of
me.
course. Okay, Noor's book again is You Are Blanking Success, and we will have more information on our website at gayatu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.